Well, immediately bought into that because that's an excellent opportunity to promote cycling here in Cork, which has a huge potential, I think, still to be raised. And I'm working UCC and I'm in charge of all the commuting there, so my title is Commuter Plan Manager for UCC, so which involves promoting all kinds of sustainable transport, sustainable travel to and from the university on a daily basis, also managing all the car parks there. I'm in charge of the park and ride service we're having there, and promoting walking, carpooling, and of course cycling. And so that was an excellent opportunity for us to buy into that and to further promote cycling, because our usual attitude there is what is good for cycling in Cork is good for cycling to UCC and would be good for UCC as a whole. So we're very happy.
I can say like these cycles have been going for, I don't know, up to about 50 years. We've met Thursdays and gone travelling through the country. You know, usually we have two cycles, longer cycle, a shorter cycle, and it's an excellent way to see the countryside. It's an excellent way to see small roads, back roads, green roads, by roads, parts of Cork you would never see any other way. It's a good way to get fit, and mostly the weather is good.
Everybody here tonight to this gathering. It's part of the Cork Cycling Arts Festival, 21st, 27th of July. So we're going out to the waterfall and Ballinhassig direction, and Mr. Dave Egan is taking short cycle down the passage direction. That's tonight. Tomorrow night it's Christian Mass cycle at 6 p.m. in Dáil Square. There's also a cycling and arts movie night.
We go down to Passage and we come back along. We basically go down by the railway line. We come back by the railway line for a bit, and then we go around bring back and around that road there.
We like the cycle. That's out by the Atlantic Pond and out by Blackrock Castle, out along the
disused railway line to Mahoness. It's very quiet.
Cycle path towards Passage West. I really like that cycle. You can get the boat over and go to Fouta.
Ferry, which is very handy because they don't charge for cyclists on the ferry going to Cove.
There's so many routes. Ireland is beautiful for us.
McCurtain Street, I think, is the only street in the town or in the city that actually feels like a city.
It's one of the nicest cycles is if you're going down the River Lee, banks of the Lee walkway, and then
along the Lee Fields, the Mardyke, all of that. It's great.
There are hundreds of routes in Ireland. So many places you can go to. So there's no excuse, even at my age.
Okay, critical mass in Cork. We want to try and, we want to make Cork a cycle city. I mean, there's no need for all these cars. Look at them all stuck in the, sitting in their cars, listening to grumpy news. They should be cycling home on a bike, feeling good about themselves. So why not have a cycle city here in this town? I mean, once you stay out at the hills, you're grand, You can cycle all the way to the sea if it takes you, Yeah, critical mass in Cork, it's the way to go. The bike is right.
Reduce, reuse, recycle. Sandwich at bowl litter and ting. Partly mate with a freestyling. Everybody just jump and sing. Reduce the waste that you throw in the bin. Follow me, follow me, follow me now. Recycling is the way to go. Not landfilling and not burning, but learning and turning toxic waste to something better and better and better. Boom! Chuck out. Reduce. Reuse. Recycle.
I'm working as a GP in Cork City, and I'm telling people always, you know, that they need more exercise. Most people perceive that it's dangerous to cycle, and it's not an accessible city for them to cycle in. So it's just a question of infrastructure, of cycle lanes, and I think particularly of planning. It just seems like a very small investment compared to the amount of money that goes in with health. I would advise to try and get money from the health budget somehow, if that would be. Because if you think of it in health terms, it's a very cheap intervention to make a very profitable, you know, health benefit.
I cycle because it's the best thing for me. It's the easiest thing for me. It's the thing that makes my life easiest. I have a much higher quality of life cycling than I would. If a taxi called to my door and chauffeured me everywhere, I wouldn't have a quarter the quality of life that I do cycling.
Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mom is good and good. So don't be crying, baby. Don't be crying.
Basically, we have it's a community bicycle workshop, and the idea behind it is that it's a public workshop, it's a bicycle workshop that's available for the community to use. So people can, well, at the core of the idea is we recycle bicycles. So we take bicycles that would otherwise go to landfill or go into the waste stream, or that are lying in garages. We take them into the workshop and we fix them up. And most of them we actually sell them, so they kind of get a new lease of life. That's basically what we do. That's what a community bike shop is about. And there's all different, you know, other aspects to it that you can develop, such as street theatres, youth workshops, people sending bikes to third world, to Africa and places like this.
Wheel back, wheel back that smarter, back. Yeah. You tighten on the chain, you tighten your chain.
But there's hundreds of community bike shops all over the world, and this was the first in Ireland. We started it about 2 years ago, and I think now they're trying to start one in Dublin, and I know there's a group in Belfast as well who are doing something similar.
It's better to put mountain bike. Yep, I can't because
I suppose the main focus of our activities is a public workshop that we're open from 2 to 5 every Saturday. And basically we volunteers go up, open the workshop, we have a pile of old bikes there, a pile of old parts, a pile of tools, and people can just come up and, you know, get stuck in.
That's lovely.
Lovely, isn't it?